Welcome back to Rude Talk on Tuesday, April 16th. If you watched yesterday's episode, you probably had a great day. As you noticed, our game breakdowns were spot on, our dog of the day hit, and 2 out of our 4 home run heroes went deep. Today, we're going to jump into it with the exact same format, so make sure to like and subscribe and watch this video for some great information. All right, so we got our 3 game breakdowns today, per usual. First game breakdown that we're going to be looking at is the Cleveland Guardians versus the Boston Red Sox. So, jumping right into the Rude Bet Simulator, we're going to notice a couple things here. First and foremost, as always, at the top of the screen, we do have our predicted scores. And if you guys want to go ahead and get access to this simulator, you can do so. Rudebets.com is where all of this data is coming from. You can get access right now and use code FIRE, F-I-R-E, for 20% off your first month and use these simulators for your own benefit. So today we're going to jump into 3 games, like I said. First one, Cleveland versus Boston. We have a predicted score of 4.58 to 3.44. This means that we have the Cleveland Guardians with a 57% chance to win, which is an implied odds of minus 133. In terms of Yurfie and Nerfie, we have an exact 50% split between Yurfie and Nerfie, so nothing there. One thing that is noticeable about this matchup is there's a .63 home run factor in the ballpark in Boston, meaning that there probably won't be too many, if any, home runs today, regardless of pitching matchups. But even though that being said, the pitching matchups do have pretty low projections for home runs anyways. Tanner Bibby only projected .33 home runs allowed, and Garrett Whitlock .55. So going through the data here, one thing that I like to look at for this game outside of looking at the Cleveland Guardians on the money line is just the player props. And the only thing that's really jumping out to me as I look at this sheet is the Cleveland Guardians batters are the ones that you would like to be targeting today. Steven Kwan projected over a hit. Jose Ramirez projected over a hit. Josh Naylor projected over a hit. These are the kinds of guys that you want to look at for taking either hits plays or even HRR, as all 3 are projected over 2 HRR, which is a great line to take. Looking at the Red Sox, there's not too much there from an offensive perspective, especially given the fact that the home run factor is so low, taking a lot of these guys out of play today, such as Tyler O'Neill and Tristan Casas, and even Devers. So the only guy that really looks good on the Boston Red Sox today for me is Jarren Duran. He's batting .291 against right-handed pitchers, projected for 1.34 hits and 2.3 HRR. So if the Boston Red Sox are going to be scoring today, which they didn't yesterday, I do like Jarren Duran to be on the base pads to bring that run home. So that is really all I'm seeing in terms of this game. The best play today here would be the Cleveland Guardians money line. Let's go ahead and jump into game breakdown number 2. We have the Los Angeles Angels versus the Tampa Bay Rays. This is another good-looking matchup, honestly. In this case, we have the Rays winning this one about 6-4, 6-5, somewhere in that range. That's an implied odds of minus 131 at a 57% win probability. We do have a Yurfie in play here at 58%. I know Yurfies are a little bit more risky to take than Nerfies, but we do have a Yurfie that seems to be in play today. We're looking at a pretty high-scoring game, around 10 runs, with Jose Soriano on the mound for the Angels and Aaron Savale on the mound for the Rays. In this one, I do like Savale to be the better starting pitcher. Soriano is projected to give up about 3 runs and about a home run here, whereas Savale is projected only .56 home runs, so he probably won't give one up today in about 5.4 innings, through about 5 strikeouts and 4 hits across 22 batters. As we look at the player lineups once again, honestly, not too much jumps out to me on the Angels page today. Mike Trout does have a good home run probability at 34%. He did hit one out last night and was on our home run heroes yesterday. But outside of that, there's not too much that I personally like on the Angels. You can maybe look at Mickey Moniak getting a hit, possibly Rendon getting a hit. But outside of that, there's really not too much going on here for the Angels offensively against Savale. On the other end, the Rays offensively look like they have a lot of pretty good matchups here today. So we have Paredes and Siri, both with over a 40% chance for a home run. So if those guys do get into one, they should possibly hit one out today. That being said, they both are projected under 1 hit, so those are a little bit high risk, high reward in my opinion. But Yandy Diaz, who's been ice cold, he should possibly get a bounce back today, hitting at least 1 hit today, as well as Harold Ramirez getting a hit today, who's he's been struggling a little bit too, even though he hit a home run last night that saved a lot of people. So yeah, today I think if you're looking at this game, you're looking at the Rays, you're looking at Savale, and then you're looking at some of these guys at the top of the order on the Rays to get the job done. So that right there is our second game breakdown. And we're going to jump into our third and final game breakdown, which is my favorite for the day, actually. I really like this game. I think it should be an exciting, high-scoring matchup, and that is the Atlanta Braves versus the Houston Astros. Two absolute powerhouse offenses going at it once again. And in this case, we're going to jump into the sim, and you're going to notice we have a projected score of the Braves about 6, Astros 3, 66% win probability for the Braves here today, and a 61% chance for Yerfy once again. We do have a positive home run ballpark factor in Houston, as we always see. And part of this projection is the fact that Hunter Brown has been abysmal, especially in his last start. He didn't even make it one inning. And against the Braves batters, that's not going to fly today. So we're looking at him giving up about a home run. I really like that home run going to Matt Olson today. But as you notice here on the home run probabilities, you can really take your pick with the first 6 in the order for the Atlanta Braves. They should be able to feast. One of these guys is for sure going to be going deep. I'm picking Matt Olson, but you could go with Ozzie Albies. You could go with Austin Riley. You could go with Ozuna, who's always a good candidate to hit one out. Even Adam Duvall looks like he has a good chance today to hit one out. On top of that, all of these guys look good in terms of hits, and all these guys look good in terms of HRR, and even total bases. So the Atlanta Braves should be a great spot for you to take players for player props for your chalkboard or like daily fantasy sports. If you want to use chalkboard and you don't use it now, I highly recommend it for baseball because you can alt lines down when you have a 2.5 HRR line, for example. Use code RUDE, get 100% deposit match, so take all of your money out of whatever platform you currently use, withdraw it, go deposit into chalkboard, use code RUDE, and you double up whatever you just had there. So that's what I'm going to be running today. That's what I've been running yesterday. And we had a great day yesterday. So you can see all of these winning slips right here. And we are going to go ahead and jump over down to the Astros now. So on the Astros side, really only a couple people I like today, and that is Jose Altuve and Yainer Diaz. Both projected over a hit, both projected over 2 HRR. Those are going to be the 2 likely candidates to be on base today, at least with solid probabilities. You could look at a guy like Bregman, who hits 281 versus right-handed pitchers, or even Jordan, who's been pretty ice cold from the plate lately. But neither have really good home run odds. No one really on the Astros in general has good home run probabilities today. But if somebody is going to go deep, the highest probability would be obviously Jordan. And Yainer Diaz is actually just behind him in that stat category. So Braves are your play here today. Braves hitters are your play here today. And that is what I will personally be attacking as well. Now we are going to move on to my favorite segment of the day. And that is the home run heroes. This is 4 of my favorite home run hitters for the day, and then we put them all together in our own parlay slip, and you get to see the multiplier on that. Yesterday we had 2 out of 4 hits, so if you did take all 4 and you round robined them, then you had a pretty good day overall with Gunnar Henderson and Mike Trout both going deep. But today, our first home run hero, Jorge Soler. 61% chance to go deep. He's facing a left-handed pitcher, and as we know, he loves to mash left-handed pitchers. We have him with 61% probability. Like I said, the book odds on Jorge Soler are 310, so there's great value for Soler up against a lefty today. He is my number 1 pick for a home run today. Number 2, as I had just mentioned, we have Matt Olson, 46% chance. Like I said, I do think somebody's going to be going deep on Hunter Brown today, and my pick for that person is Matt Olson to right field in Houston. I think it's a great play. Book odds are 330, so once again, there's some really good value there. The books don't have him as high as I do, and I think that we have a significant advantage by playing Matt Olson today for a home run compared to the books. Number 3, we have the man himself, Shohei Ohtani. If he can get some strikes today, I do think he should be able to go deep against Washington. The unfortunate part about Shohei is a lot of pitchers have been trying to pitch around him recently. He's been seeing a high amount of balls as opposed to strikes that are hittable. But if today there's a mistake, or if they just decide to abandon that game plan and actually go at him because guys like Mookie have a good probability today, then we do like Shohei to possibly hit one out. And 4th and finally, we have Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso has been struggling from the plate this year, but he still has power. I mean, 3 games ago maybe, he had 2 home runs. We have him with a 35% chance today. Book odds are 350. There's some good value there. I think he does have a good chance to go deep today against Pittsburgh. And these are my 4 favorite home run heroes of the day on Tuesday, April 16th. If you were to take all 4 together, you're looking at a 361x. That is great odds, dollar to win 361. I would always advise to round robin if you can, or just split these up into 2-mans or a 3-man. But if you want to go in for all 4, it is a 361x multiplier, which I think has great value. And now finally, for our last segment of the day, we have our dog of the day. This is episode 3. Both episode 1 and episode 2, our dog of the day was a winner. We're going to go for 3 in a row here today. And today, you might be a little bit surprised to hear what I have to say, but our dog of the day is the Oakland Athletics against the Cardinals. I know it's a shocker. The A's are a horrible franchise, but there's some reasoning behind it. First and foremost, they're plus 127, which I think is a really good line to have, especially with JP Sears on the mound, who's been having a really good year. We have them with a 52% chance to win, which is an implied odds of actually minus 109. So they are favored per my simulation going up against the Cardinals. And like I said, most of it's going to come down to JP Sears being on the mound. The other end of that is going to be Lance Lynn on the mound. As we know, Lance Lynn, he's either going to strike you out or he's going to give up a home run, it feels like. He is projected to give up 1.1 home runs today. I do like the A's to get after him and hit one out, whether it's Zach Geloff or Shea Langeliers, even possibly Lawrence Butler again, Seth Brown. There's a lot of options, JJ Bleday. There's a ton of options on the A's to hit one out off of Lance Lynn today. And JP Sears on the other end, he likely will give up a home run, but I do think he's going to be able to go deep into this game, possibly 6 innings, not put a lot of batters on base, and get the job done for the A's bullpen to come in and protect the lead. So the Oakland A's are our dog of the day. I really do feel good about this one, going 3 for 3 on our dog of the days so far. And yeah, that's the action that I will be taking for our dog of the day. So once again, thank you for watching Rude Talk. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. And always, you can go to rudebets.com to get access to these simulators and start using them for your own plays and data. And I highly recommend you get a subscription. It's a great data service. It is something that has helped me tremendously since I've built it out, and all of our members in the Discord. So I look forward to having you there, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.